Good morning. My name is Madison Jimenez, and this morning we are going to be discussing the process of communication. I know it seems simple, but it's a little bit more complex, a little bit more of having understanding and how to interpret the messages. So, the first thing we're going to do is write out the process. So, first we have the speaker, which is the person sending the message. So the person sending the message is considered the speaker or the source, or the sender. They have to, let me find another marker, share the information, what they share to the person they are sending it to. So they send their message through what is called a channel. Just like sending a text message. You have to send a text message, you type it out, and you hit send. The process of sending the message is through a channel. And it also has to be what is called encoded with language, because you have to be sure to understand the same language as the sender or the receiver, because since you are the sender. Grammar, because you have to have order to correlate with your message. And the third thing we are going to encode is nonverbal. Meaning how things are said, how you tend to say those things in your message. Like, for instance, hey, do you want to meet for lunch? Or, hey, I have something important to tell you, versus I have something to tell you. They have to take into consideration how you say things or how you interpret, they're going to interpret what you say. So from the channel would be the message. The message, so the speaker has to encode the message. The message gets sent through the channel. And then from that, it goes to and I'm a different colors type of person. I have to see each category and colorize it so I know what goes with what. So after you send the message, it goes to the receiver. Now, the receiver has to decode the message. With the same three elements: language, grammar, and non-verbal. Where's my marker? Pink. Pink is channels. So from the receiver is going to decode the message, and from the decoding, they're going to interpret the message. And from interpreting the message is going to determine how they respond and how they give feedback to what you sent to them. So that would be encoding. And that is the same 3 elements: language, grammar, and non-verbal. So from the speaker types out their message. It goes through the channel. After they hit send, the message pops up on the receiver's phone or iMessage or email or however, or in person, even if you're talking in person. Everything still has to go through a process. So after the receiver encodes your message, they are going to respond with feedback. With feedback, it's going to process everything that was said in the message or the email or the iMessage or how it was spoken to you. They're going to give you feedback, and it's going to interpret how they took the message and how they responded to that message. So feedback is going to be how they respond to the message. If you tell somebody, hey, I have something to tell you, with a low monotone voice, they're going to automatically, or in my case, I would automatically think something is wrong or they have an issue. Versus if they tell you, hey, I have something to tell you, you're going to think they have something exciting to tell you. So that feedback is going to go through, yet again, another channel. And then that feedback is going to be decoded with language, grammar, and nonverbal. But there is a tricky little snake that likes to sliver on in called noise. And that noise likes to intervene in between the channels. So noise will, after the speaker or sender or source sends the message, from the message before the receiver receives it, there's going to be noise. So noise could be you not clearly paying attention to what's going on, or if somebody tells you, hey, look at your shirt, you can interpret it as, look at my shirt, what's wrong with my shirt? Because you already have so much going on in your mind. Say you get into an argument, or you're on your way to work, or you're on your way to school, and somebody's already in a bad mood and they cut you off, and it makes you mad because they cut you off, or they're not paying attention. That's already on your mind, and it already upset you. So if somebody tells you something, you take offense to it. That's considered noise, because you already have something on your mind that made you in a bad mood. So everything everybody says, you're going to interpret as offensive, or you're going to be offensive, and you're going to respond offensively, as well as giving feedback. You could give feedback in a strong tone or in a monotone tone. Just depends on how you give your feedback. And let's see. The last thing would be, I'm going to go with, I don't have another color. I guess I will go with pink. The whole process. I'm going to circle this whole process. The whole process matters. It matters because of time and place. Wherever anything is going on matters. So if your best friend comes and tells you, I don't know, hey, let's go have lunch, I have something to tell you, versus telling you, hey, let's go have lunch, I have something to tell you. It's different. Or your boyfriend, you're eating at a restaurant with your boyfriend and he says, I have something to ask you. Well, you get excited because you're at a nice restaurant and he has something he needs to ask you. Versus maybe being at home on the couch watching a movie and he says, hey, I have something to ask you. It could be just about anything. Time and place matters. When and where. It's all the process of communication and interpreting your communication. I hope I explained well, and you have a good day. My name is Madison Jimenez. Thank you.